Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Safety Trenton Thompson could start against Browns Sunday. After being elevated off the practice squad in the Pittsburgh Steelers' Week 10 win over the Green Bay Packers, safety Trenton Thompson said he will again come up off the practice squad to play in Week 11 against the Cleveland Browns, per Chris Adamski of TribLive. The Steelers brought up both Thompson and LB Tarek Carpenter as elevations last week, and we know that LB Michael Walker will also come up this week due to comments by the coaching staff/A. Pittsburgh has an opening on its 53-man roster with Quan Alexander's placement on IR, but Pat Freiermuth still needs to be activated off IR. With Pittsburgh only allowed 2 elevations per week, another roster move is coming in order to facilitate all 3 of Thompson, Carpenter and Walker coming off the practice squad this week. Neither Keanu Neal nor Minkah Fitzpatrick practiced on Wednesday for Pittsburgh, with DC Terrell Austin saying both players would be likely game-time decisions. Given that, it makes sense to add Thompson to the room again. He played 7 snaps on defense after Neal went down against Green Bay following an interception, and he also had 2 snaps on special teams. "We like Trent," Austin told reporters Thursday during his weekly press conference. "When we got Trent, in camp, he came in, he was tough, good tackler, showed some ball awareness, ball skill. So those are the things you like, but until you get him in a real game situation, like last week he kind of got thrown in, until we get more of a body of work, then we'll feel more comfortable with him. But we like his initial skill set and the things we saw." Thompson appeared in his second career NFL game last Sunday after also playing for the New York Giants in a 2022 game against the Dallas Cowboys. The San Diego State product had an interception with the Steelers during the preseason and has spent most of the year on the team's practice squad. Steelers call out Browns rookie Dorian Thompson-Robinson ahead of clash. The Pittsburgh Steelers planned to make life hard for Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Thompson-Robinson is stepping in to fill the void left by Deshaun Watson, who is sidelined for the remainder of the season due to a broken bone in his shoulder. The Browns are placing their hopes on the rookie, aiming for him to competently manage the game. They plan to lean heavily on their formidable defense and robust running game to secure victories. The Steelers want to make it so Thompson-Robinson has to be the one to beat them. "We tried to put it all on his shoulders," Steelers defensive tackle Cameron Hayward said on Good Morning Football. "By doing that, you got to stop the run. I know they don't have Nick Chubb, but they have that big offensive line that does an amazing job for them." Hayward said the Steelers' defense is focused on making things uncomfortable for DTR. "We got to make sure we make him feel uncomfortable. Make sure he has to pass the ball," Hayward said. "He can't just rely on that run game. Then getting sacks, turnovers, that's a storied remedy for a long day for a quarterback." Thompson-Robinson was called into action in Week 4 when Watson was dealing with a rotator cuff strain. He learned he would be starting on just hours' notice, and his play reflected that. Thompson-Robinson tossed 3 interceptions, and the offense was out of sorts in the 28-3 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. Thompson-Robinson feels like this time things will be different thanks to the experience he's garnered. "I mean, shoot, I know what to expect now," Thompson-Robinson said on November 16. "Unlike many other people out there, I've been in an NFL game, so I'm not stepping out there for the first time. I know all my keys, all what to look at throughout film, what to watch, who key players are on their defense and everything now. So, I'm not just going out there wide-eyed anymore. I'm going out there with things to look at, things to focus on and a plan to be able to tackle." The Browns decided to go with Thompson-Robinson over PJ Walker, who played the majority of the time when Watson was out previously. Walker played the majority of 3 games, with the Browns going 2-1 in those contests. However, Walker struggled with turnovers, including a fumble and 2 interceptions in a loss to the Seahawks. Thompson-Robinson will get the nod for now, but the Browns are looking into adding another quarterback to the roster, likely to the practice squad as insurance. "As with any part of the roster, we're always open to anything that helps improve the team," Browns GM Andrew Berry said on Wednesday, November 15. "We do believe in carrying 3 quarterbacks between the active and the practice squad, and what that distribution looks like really depends on the player. So, the one thing I will share is that we will add a quarterback at some point in the near future. What that looks like will be a little bit to be determined." The Browns still have Super Bowl aspirations, a monster defense and a running game that has come on strong in recent weeks. The Browns are second in the NFL in rushing yards per game, 147.9. If Thompson Robinson can be an efficient game manager, take care of the ball and make plays when needed, the Browns have a chance to be a player when the postseason rolls around. Steelers coach suffered major injury in sideline collision. Pittsburgh Steelers special teams coordinator Danny Smith had a painful end to Sunday's 23-19 win over the Green Bay Packers. Smith was accidentally run over when Steelers defensive back Nnamdi Kazee was shoved into the sidelines by Packers offensive lineman Zach Tom on a late hit following Kazee's game-clinching interception. The hit ended up sparking a mini-brawl on the Steelers sideline as the game wrapped. It was a painful-looking play, and it turns out it had a painful result. It was revealed on Thursday that the 70-year-old Smith tore his rotator cuff as a result of the play and will require surgery. Smith said he is going to wait on the surgery until after the season. Not only did Smith tear his rotator cuff, he said he tore it in 3 different places. In speaking with the Pittsburgh media on Thursday, he compared Sunday's collision to some of the other big collisions he has had throughout his career. "I got hit in college in a Clemson Georgia Tech game, got a tibial plateau fracture, got a plate and 6 screws in my knee. I had that hit at Steelers training camp with Antonio Brown when I broke my ribs and vertebrae in my back, my finger. That hurt. This one hurt. I've got a torn rotator cuff in 3 spots. But I am good." Here is a look at the play. Smith will be on the sidelines for the Steelers when they play the Cleveland Browns on Sunday afternoon in a huge AFC North game. Longtime Steelers special teams coach Danny Smith has taken a number of hits over the course of his decades-long career. The one he absorbed on the sideline at the end of the Pittsburgh Steelers win against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday is up there with the most painful collisions, he said Thursday. Smith, 70, who's been in Pittsburgh since 2013, tore his right rotator cuff in 3 places and will need surgery to repair it. "I've been hit a lot, and been hit hard," Smith said. "I got a lot of metal in my body over that. I got to learn to get the hell out of the way. I got hit in college in a Clemson Georgia Tech game. Got a tibial plateau fracture, got a plate and 6 screws in my knee. I had that hit at training camp with Antonio Brown when I broke my ribs and my L1 vertebrae in my back. This one hurt. I got a torn rotator cuff, 3 spots." Packers offensive lineman Zach Tom had a late hit on Steelers safety Nnamdi Kazee after his game-sealing interception, and Kazee slammed into Smith, sending him flying onto his right shoulder. Smith said his shoulder went numb, and he couldn't get up. As a scuffle ensued around the Steelers bench, tight end Rodney Williams scooped Smith up and removed him from the scrum. "I just saw him on the ground, and he couldn't get up, and I saw everybody coming over," Williams said. "So, I just picked him up, tried to carry him out, make sure he was all good." And you fan, what do you think of the Danny Smith situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.